Apple IIe and Introduction Part 3. We're at Patty's menu, and we're going to pick 4, a shift of character. If you want to see the other ones, look at video 1 and 2. See the long bar at the bottom of your keyboard? It's called the space bar, and you use it to put spaces between words. Press the space bar now. You can use the space bar when you type your last name below. Please add your last name or initial. Space. You have the idea, Patty. Please press return to continue. The Apple keyboard has a shift key on either side near the bottom row of keys. The shift key lets you type the symbol that appears on the top half of the key. To type a question mark, you hold down either shift key with your finger, then press the question mark key, and release it. Finally, you let up the shift key. Now you type a question mark. You got it. Press return. Now you know how to type the punctuation that appears on the top half of a key. There are 2 ways to make capital letters. One of these ways is to hold down the shift key, just as you did for the question mark. The other way to make capital letters involves a key called caps lock, which is at the lower left of your keyboard. First, press the key with the letter H on it, and please don't touch the shift key. Good, now press the cap locks key, and then press the key with the letter H on it again. Cap locks, H. Press the cap locks key a few more times. If you look carefully, you can tell that when it's locked down, it will be slightly lower than the key next to it. Observe. Cap locks. Off, on, off. Try typing keys with the cap locks in both positions. Press return when you want to go on. Important, if you type a command to the computer in lowercase and it responds with a message such as "?syntax error," lock the cap locks key down and try again. Caps locks makes capital letters only. If you want the punctuation symbols on the top half of the key, you still must use the shift key. Now that you've learned all there is to know about the shift and caps lock keys, press return for the dreaded pop quiz. Use the shift and caps lock keys to answer. A-OK to the question below. What do astronauts say? A, space, caps lock, OK, shift, exclamation point. Absolutely terrific, Patty. You've passed the only test. Tough one, with flying colors. Please press return to go back to the main menu. So now we have an asterisk by number 4 as well. So we will go into 5, color or black and white. Do the words above appear in several different colors? No. You probably don't have a color television or monitor then. If you know where the controls are, you may wish to adjust the contrast and brightness of this text and the picture to please you. They're on the back of the monitor, but we will leave it. Many programs used on the Apple display 40 letters across the screen. We also call this 40 columns. You're looking at such a display right now. Other programs need to display more text on the screen. The Apple lets these programs display 80 columns of text across the screen. Press return to see an 80-column display. Note, it may look blurry and out of focus. We'll explain why in a moment. Here is a display using the Apple's 80-column text capability. An 80 column display doesn't show up clearly on a normal television. It doesn't hurt the television, it just looks fuzzy. To see 80 columns clearly, you need a display device known as a monitor. And realize this television is a television from the 80s. Actually, a monitor is really nothing more than a television without a receiver, so you can't pick up any old reruns, and a slightly different picture tube so that 80 columns appear clearly. This is the original Apple IIe monitor. So now we go to number 6, why 10 isn't a 10. Number 6. Sometimes a computer can be fussier than a typewriter. For example, on a typewriter, the letter O looks just like the number 0. A typewriter's lowercase l looks just like the number 1. However, computers usually treat letters and numbers very differently. Keep this in mind when you answer the question, what is 5 plus 5? Using the number keypad, 10. That's exactly it, Patty.